Okay, I've made a little progress. Got, let's see, I think I didn't have this mount on there the other day. This is the original deck height adjustment. And that crossbar, I still haven't figured out what I want to do with it yet, but I'm gonna finish mocking up the, well, not mocking up the deck. I'm gonna center it where it was originally and double check my measurements for the movement of that so I can get the deck located right. I've got a few ideas for the start of it, but not done. I got the angle iron for the gas tank and fender mount on there. I am gonna change that to some tubing and still gotta add some more braces to it, but as far as fitting things, it worked mostly. It's a little too wide for the gas tank, but I got some tubing that should be about perfect for that. Obviously back up on the bench, I got the jack stands under it set to the height that it actually rides at so I can gauge everything. Had to drill another set of holes in the jack stand to get them adjusted right. And get the motor drug out of the corner, so I'm gonna get that rigged up and on there. And as I say that, look over here, I think my rear temporary cross member is going to be in the way. I might have to take the exhaust off. I want to get it up in there so I can check where the belt's going to go. I don't have that drawn up at all. So I need to know, if my new deck is going to interfere with that. So I want to get that up there and figure out the elevation of the pulleys. So that's today's goal, get that motor up there. I still got a battery to relocate, the brake controller. Kind of want to get everything up there that needs to be in there and then start figuring out where I need to trim. But I'll keep picking away at it tonight. Okay, I've made some progress on the mower. As usual, I can't remember where I left off. I don't think I had the motor sitting up there. I had to put that in to get the height of the belt to make sure it would clear my where I wanted to put the deck. I made these temporary L's to mock up where the deck would go, and that is the cardboard. So that is looking good. I got everything clear. I also got this temporary link and mounts in there for the new deck linkage. I kept the exact same length as what was in there, and I just lowered the pivot points 2 inches on both of these. And obviously I need to finish designing how it will lift. I haven't decided on that, if I'm gonna go with a chain or a cable or linkage like they had. But for now it's out of the way and it has the motion defined on what it needs to be. What haven't I done? On the back I still need to relocate the starter solenoid. I need to make a battery tray or box, relocate that. Oh, and there's a brake controller that used to be right smack dab in the middle of the machine there that I'll have to try to figure out for the parking brake. And up front, the last thing to decide what to do with is this mount for the front linkage. And I got two options. First and easiest would be just add a new crossbar. Down low enough to match the deck, but I don't want to do that because I'm trying to leave the option of having a deck that will drop down to be part of the ramp. So what I want to do is take that off and relocate it to the side. To the side here, and then just add two of them. And I haven't decided, you know, if I just want to go buy you know, a new rod and this pivot pin. This not only allows it to pivot for the deck height, it lets this rod come forward. I'm assuming if you hit a big mound or irregular turf, it'll let this rod come forward so the deck can move. So I either got to redesign my own, which I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'll sit here and drink my coffee and think about it. But that's what I'm going to focus on today, is getting this as the last thing to actually get out of the way so I can back in there. Oh, one other thing I still got to redesign is, you won't be able to see, but this bracket, if you can see it, for the other side, used to tie to an upper cross member, and that anchors the front of the motors or the drive boxes. So I got to redesign them and, you know, decide if I'm going to connect it to the new deck or add a new brace. But I'm not going to do anything with that until I get my chair up there. Actually, I got an old base down there under the bench. I'm going to throw the wheels back on that and lift that up there, set a temporary something or other in here so I can see how everything's lining up on the back, and so I can work around that chair then to get that back brace in. But so I guess those two things I need to get them out of there, relocate that front linkage, get a temporary deck in there, and get the old base in there. And it's gonna be what I'm gonna work on today. And once I get that, I think if I'm happy with how the base fits in there, then it'll be a matter of starting to make these things for real. This is just chunk of sheet metal, so I got to make that. I haven't decided how to lower this, you know, if I want to stick with some hooks, if I want to add some tubing, bend up a channel. I haven't decided how to do that, but it looks like it's all going to work. As far as fitting everything in there, how to make it structurally, I have not decided yet. But, so that's what I'm gonna jump on today. First I wanna get this thing out of here and relocated. And I will bring it back.